tentar isso agora pela 25ª vez.
Hello, on this video I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of my process on this environment scene that I did for a game that me and a couple of my friends are doing. It's a visual novel called Detective Morton, Crime Fruit Hill. And this is actually the second environment the player will go through, which is the chief's house. So this is the outside of the house. So I'm using Krita here. I did this piece a while ago, so I'm gonna put below in the description which version it is, because I do not recall. It's not 5, that's for sure, so I'll let you all know. So something interesting that I'm using here that I don't think I ever seen someone make a video or talk about it. On Krita, there's these guides, or I think the name is assistants. So it's kind of this rulers. Here it's kind of a ruler because it's just like a straight line. Krita has all sorts of different settings for that. There's like ellipses and grids. It didn't work very well for me, the grids. I tried on this piece actually, but it didn't work at all. Anyway, so I'm using it so it can help me with the perspective. This piece is in a 2-point perspective. I've learned many years ago at university how to draw in perspective, but we were in a little bit of a time crunch doing this project. We were participating in a game jam. Because of that, I didn't have that much time to just fuss around and make up the perspective manually and traditionally like I was taught back in 2013, 2014. So I just used the tools that were given me. Yeah, as you can see here too, I'm also using just a line just to make a suggestion of the tiles of the roof of the house. But this piece is basically just a bunch of lines. And here I'm making a little trick that I learned from my professor at uni, that you make a cross on a plane in perspective so you can better grasp what is the middle of it. So it's easier to make arcs, because then you can just split the plane in the middle, and then from that take the middle point of the arc and then just do a curve there. It's pretty handy. At some point I shrink the windows. That is because, of course, this is not a super realistic house. The game is in a magical setting, and although that doesn't really interfere with architecture, it's not supposed to be structurally sound, I guess. I'm not an architect, I'm not an engineer, so I'm not 100% if everything is right and so. So, but it's basically just to give the impression that it's real enough, you know, quote unquote good enough. Probably no one would have even like batted an eye at it, but I thought it was given too much of an impression that it was the walls were too thin to support the roof and the rest of the house, so that's why I shrunk the windows. And that's something that I think it's really important to keep in mind. It doesn't have to be perfect, especially in pieces like this, like an environment. It's a lot more about telling a story and saying something. I care a lot about communication design, and that's something that I always put on visual development pieces like this, where you need to say something without any words, you know? Because as you can see, I'm not very good at words, but I think I have a pretty good grasp how to express certain ideas and certain feelings visually and graphically. So yeah. This is gonna be kind of a two-part, just because I wanted to keep these videos kind of short. So the next video will be the coloring of this, which is a little more interesting, I guess. I don't know, I really like line art, so I think it's interesting. But the coloring is also nice because it's a night setting, so I get to work on some really nice lighting options and shadows and whatnot. That's about it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.